This is Wake here, and I'm going to be showing you a video today going over some new things with the mod, new variables with how ranged weaponry works, specifically bows, firearms, and longbows now. And I just want to show you a game in which I use some of these and how I think they should be used properly in the game, although, you know, you're free to use them however you want. But just to show you, for instance, the Outriders specifically, a lot of people are having issues with those and seeming to have like bugs or whatever, and really I think it's just because how they act in game is a little confusing. But I'm going to show you that as well as some other stuff and new yeah. So let's get started. So right here we have the Huntsman, which is a new Empire unit that actually uses longbow. And the longbow has one of the longest ranges for ranged weaponry in the game. It's actually around 330, which is, as you can see, quite far. The only thing that has farther range than them are rifled firearms, and they're already going to be in range here in a second. And they're gonna start lighting things up. However, at long range, longbows, while dangerous, are very inaccurate. So unless they have bunched formations, we're not going to see a lot of kills. Now over here, I have my firearm cavalry because we have some of their more elite units, some of their better units, which you wanna go ahead and pin down with firearms as much as possible, because if you don't, these guys are just going to be a real pain to deal with later. So I'm going to show you what Outriders can do to some of these larger units if you get them at point blank range. Now remember, Outriders have essentially a musket with 6 barrels that are forged together, essentially. So you're looking at a 6-shot rapid-fire musket. Not the most elegant weapon in the world, but it should be able to get things done. These Vargulfs are just so tough. Now this isn't ideal. I should have spread them out more because only the first two. As you see, they're really putting a dent in these Cryptors and these Vargulfs here. A little bit of a miscalculation on the AI's part here. They should have charged me. I was very close in that instance. They're not going to be able to catch up with these cavalry unless they get really lucky, in which case they could have been with a charge there. But, you know, it's just normal AI shenanigans. Alright, so these guys are getting awfully close now. And as you can see with the new loose formation, the AI does take that into account. And we're not going to get a lot of kills from the bows, except for the skeleton archers. We're kind of shedding through. They're really bad. So, but I'm going to take back the longbow now. Alright, now these Outriders are out of ammunition now. They've used all of their ammo up, and as you can see, they've just torn through that Cryptor unit, and they've actually gotten the Vargulf pretty far down in health here now. However, you do got to watch out because the Outriders and the Pistoliers are not very heavily armored themselves, so a real good counter to them is bows. And as you can see, these bowmen, and these are actually skeleton archers, which are like the worst archers in the game right now, are even causing them some pretty good grief over here, and I think cause the Pistoliers too. But what I can do is, the skeleton archers are just so terrible, as most skeletons are, that I can probably actually get away with killing them with the Pistoliers. However, we are going to try and kill this Vargulf. We do have a little flanking maneuver going on over here. Alright, so you can see the new firearms, while they do have a relatively far range, they're gonna not be able to hit anything at that range right there. I mean, they're gonna be really low. Oh, now there's one of the with the new spy. It was pretty bad, as you can see. It definitely caused some confusion in my lines there. The new spells are pretty crazy. So they're just not listening to me for some reason. Okay, so as I was saying, the handgunners are gonna really want close range. That's probably all that damage to that vampire lord is probably inflicted by 1 or 2 musket shots hitting him. But we're really gonna want to take care of these guys, the Blood Knights, and we're actually probably hitting them with muskets pretty bad. But as you can tell, when I go look at, so these guys have 0 kills. These guys have 2. These guys have 0 kills, and these guys have 0 kills. So really, and they're probably mainly shooting at the Blood Knights right now. They're really there for armor piercing, or like if you have really big nasty enemies, they'll go ahead and take care of those pretty easily for you. Especially Blood Knights. The Blood Knights are just so, you know, you're not even going to be able to kill them really with regular infantry from the Empire lines. You're going to have to find a way of dealing with them before they become an issue. And thankfully, we managed to do some real damage to these guys. Kill, I think, 2 or 3 of them. 3 of them there. And that's really going to help me in the future here, because as soon as these guys charge, and the AI is making a real mess of it right now, to be honest, we're going to have issues here. Like, for instance, right here, this Vampire Lord is going to probably win quite handedly over here. And that Empire Captain is probably going to die pretty easily, too, as well. And we have a White King over here. Now they really want this Vargolf to live. They're bringing him back, and I gotta kill him as soon as possible because he actually also has regeneration. As you can see, he's gained quite a bit of his health back. We must have. Okay, we killed the enemy lord. I'm assuming that's from gunfire, but I'll show you what at close range these Outriders can do to a unit. Ooh, that's a little too close. Crypt goals, and you don't want. Another thing is, there's only guns fire slowly, and they're very inaccurate. They have a really tight radius for hitting. So in loose formations, they're actually not a good idea to shoot at loose formations. The Crypt Ghouls have a naturally loose formation, so it's not a very good idea to try and shoot at them. We probably won't get too many kills in that, but especially since they're down about half ammo. I'm going to try and hit these Crypt Ghouls. See what we can do here. So that captain got mauled, probably by their lord. Alright, as you can see, this stuff just murders people. Now these Outriders are out of ammo, so I'm just gonna send them in. Ooh. Now, the one thing though is with these loose formations, like with zombies, they're just so ripe for cavalry charge. So we're gonna go ahead and take care of these zombies. And just watch how far they'll get through this formation. I mean, you know, there was zombies. any kind of loose formation, especially zombies or things that don't have a lot of mass, you can just charge right through them. It's one of the reasons that loose formation, it's sort of loose formation will protect you reasonably well against projectiles, but cavalry will just mow through you. So I'm gonna need to do some reforming here.
Handgunners, take the ground! Sigma calls! Hell blaster fully gone! What do you bid? Withdraw! Spearman!
So we also have formation attack now in the game, and that's gonna keep your lines nice and rigid. Sorry about the lag, by the way. I don't have the best computer. That's going to keep your lines rigid, which is going to, keep things nicer, more realistic. Especially, not everyone has formation attack. Mainly just the disciplined infantry units. A lot of the humans, dwarves have them. Okay, the Cryptors actually did reform and come back, and I don't really want to fight them because these cavalry were mainly to run over zombies and skeletons.
Soldiers of the Empire!
We're gonna throw in some.
Standing down! Outriders! Pursue the foe!
Now the Vargolf's getting pretty chewed up by this rifleman unit, or this musket unit, as well as we got some halberdiers over here as well. Now I don't know. I think we might have taken out their vampires early on, which is real beneficial, because if we had let those guys get to our lines, the Blood Knights specifically, that could have been a real problem. And I'm not seeing them, so I think they're dead. Yeah, and with their lord killed early on, they should have. They should have. We're not doing too well with this. They should have some pretty bad moral debuffs right now. Okay, so. Generally, this is what you want as the Empire. You want to have your spear and your halberd to hold the line while you sort of decimate the enemy with your ranged units. Because once you get into more nastier stuff, I mean, these are skeletons. These aren't too bad. In fact, 1 for 1, they'll lose pretty handedly against the Empire units. But once you start getting into more scarier units, like the orcs, for instance, you're really going to want that ranged boost and to hold the line as best you can, because the orcs are they're just going to cream your infantry, destroy them. And a lot of the, they have like Chaos Warriors are 1 for 1 way better than Empire infantry, but they're super heavily armored. Even muskets are going to have a hard time really killing them at range. So you got to do everything you can to them before they get to your lines. Oh, nope, never mind. Here's the Bloodlights right here. Kind of a, in my opinion, terrible move by the AI to send them over here to deal with my cavalry, because they're not at the main line causing as much damage as they could, but it's not too bad. I mean, they will shred through even Reichsguard pretty easily, and these guys are getting just, they need to get out of there because I need them to hit the lines. If I hit the back of this line, they should crumble this army pretty quickly. And you see, even just the force of numbers is taking a toll on my infantry here, but I do have reserves. So I guess this isn't just about the range. We only saw a little bit of ranged combat in this one, but this also gives you a good idea of what the mod is going to do in terms of combat for you. As you can see, we're already at 14-minute mark. It's way longer than a vanilla battle. Vanilla battles are just way too short, way too arcadey. And this really does a good job of increasing things to a more realistic level in terms of combat length. Now, another thing we've done is with heroes, most heroes, many human heroes especially, they no longer have large area effect attacks where, although we did just see him hit that White King, but they don't have area attack. They can only hit one person at a time, you know, and that's realistic. You know, humans in real life can't hit the ground with a hammer and kill 8 people. But, you know, this is not all for all races, just, you know, it's mainly anatomically and mass speaking, so dwarves only hit one person at a time, humans do, White Kings do, even vampires really can only hit one person at a time. Things like orcs, they can get a nice, you know, they're so big, they're so massive, so strong, they can hit up to 3 people at a time, for instance. Chaos warriors and lords are very big, they can really Sauron it up and smash people to pieces. And I am not micromanaging very well here, but see, these guys are gonna crumble pretty quickly. And this was actually a surprising battle for me. I haven't actually had a battle like this where I killed the Lord so early, and I'm gonna say that the AI was pretty poor in this match. I don't feel like they did a very good job, and I don't feel like I was tested, but that's all right. You know, it's very hit or miss with the AI in this game. Mostly miss, especially for veterans. As you see, though, that whole unit just crumbled before I could even get a rear charge in. So yeah, this is I don't know why I haven't won yet, to be honest with you. Oh, zombies. That's why. So just to show you one more, you know, some people on the forums were talking about how charges don't feel punchy enough or whatever. It really has a lot to do with the mass of the units involved, you know. So like zombies are pretty squishy, they're in loose formation. You want to see, you know, some good charge in this mod. They definitely should be able to knock them pretty well out. Now this is all work in progress, so I'm still changing things around, making things different. You know, we're gonna fix a lot of things, improve others, change others completely, and that right there, that charge was, I thought it was pretty good. I mean, I realize why some people wouldn't like that charge. I actually don't think that it's probably not possible at this moment, but I don't like how far units get knocked back. You know, in real life, you wouldn't get knocked back 30 feet from getting hit by a horse, but normally you just kind of get knocked to the side, to be honest. But I can understand why people would want something different or more punch or something like that. But we're going to be working on it. But it's mainly good where it is right now. And cavalry are not bad by any means. It's not, you know, they're very good, especially Imperial cavalry. I really recommend having those in your army, especially to deal with Sylvania, because they're really good against zombies and skeletons and the like. And I really don't know why I haven't won yet. Oh, it's the Blood Knights? Well, anyway, these Blood Knights are going to be incredibly difficult to kill, even with everybody shooting at them. Yeah, they haven't run away yet, these guys. And they haven't. Okay. Well, I mean, that's what I mean. I could show you making me making a U of muskets around this unit, but that's really not necessary because I think you get the gist of the the gameplay here. And that was about a 20-minute battle. These guys just don't want to give up. Never seen that before. I think that's a bug. They should be retreating. But, they seem to not want to. Well, anyway. That's it for right now. I just wanted to show you that video real quick. I will make more sort of instructional tutorial feature videos in the future, showing off things that I've done with the mod and, you know, how to use them properly. But I think one of the main ones was Outriders, where a bunch of people were having issues with them, and I hope that this is showing you, the proper way of using them, especially for human players. I mean, the AI is probably not going to handle these guys real well. Depends on the situation. But they have a long range, and if you fire them at long range, they're going to be very inaccurate. The key with these guys is to hold them on, is to keep them off fire at will, get them real close to the enemy, and then just toggle it on. And I would say let like one whole volley go, and then probably turn it back off and reform and relocate or whatever. But that's the best way to use them, and that's the only real effective way. They're kind of they need to be micromanaged a little bit, but as the mod is mainly a campaign and realism mod, these guys are not going to be super. There's not going to be a lot of them in campaign, especially early on. You don't have access to them. And pistoliers are pretty easy. Pistoliers have kind of a lot of ammo, and they're pretty inaccurate. They can kill a lot of things like. Let's see what like these guys got 122 kills. Now keep in mind that's it's zombies and skeletons, a lot of like low-level units. But you basically just put them on skirmish mode, tell them to fire, and just go harass the enemy. Let's see how much. See, these guys only got 25 kills. These guys really are for, again, if you want to kill really. I would personally single out really dangerous units with them, because. You got to think, even a Vargo, a big giant monster, is getting six rounds a second, or 6 rounds of, it's probably 5 seconds, but 6 rounds, or whatever the fire rate is on these guys. All of those musket balls hitting you at the same time. That's death there for you. And these guys, oh my God, they're just, see, Blood Knights are terrifying, super hard to kill. One of the reasons actually you need either some heavy hitters in your army or things like handguns. But that's going to be it for this video. I hope this helped those of you who are having issues, and is a good feature video for those who don't really know what's included in the mod or having issues or whatever. Thank you.